What is up, everybody? It's Bart coming at you yet again with a very exciting video today. I don't get excited about USB mics very often, but I am excited tonight because in the studio, if you haven't already seen, I have with me the AKG LYRA USB microphone. Oh, you sweet, sweet bastard. The AKG LYRA. Tumble that around. Not trying to be all podcast to join you. That's Bandrew's thing. Not going to throw it. I'll roll it. Maybe I'll roll it. Okay, so the AKG LYRA. This thing runs $149. Actually, I paid $149 for it from Sweetwater. Big thanks to Mitch Daisy for getting that out to me early. But you can get it for $134.99. I think they've got like a short time special on it. So the claim to fame here is an all-in-one USB solution from AKG. Let's talk a little bit about it. Let me show you the microphone real quick. Got a oblong body with kind of tapered down towards the bottom. It is definitely beautiful. We have on the front of the microphone a volume knob for the headphones. We have a front pattern, a front and back pattern, a tight stereo pattern, and a wide stereo pattern, and a mute switch. On the back of the microphone, we have a microphone selection dial, and we have the microphone gain dial. And on the bottom of the microphone, we have a USB-C connection, very welcome to see, and a headphone jack for latency-free monitoring. And now that we're back to me, I have to say, the implementation of the headphone volume, the gain knob, the microphone selector switch, mute switch, USB-C. I'm not a lover of USB mics, but so far, this microphone has everything that you want out of a USB microphone. So let's talk about what I love immediately out of the box besides that. The all-metal stand is very sturdy, comes up to a fairly solid height. I am using a metal box to get it up closer to my mouth because the seating arrangement, I've talked about it before. At my desk in my office, it would be fine without this, but in here, I need this because I got a very, the table to seat ratio is a little strange. But I love the ease of use for selecting the patterns, the headphone volume, gain control all work really well. So here's my big knock on most USB mics. Latency-free monitoring most of the time, no way to control it. No way to control the volume. The gain knob, they're always way too sensitive. Really, really sensitive. The gain knob on this is not sensitive at all. It is perfect. Whenever you roll it up, it's almost like just turning the volume up on a stereo. It responds really well. One little tick up isn't going to cause distortion right off the bat. The headphone volume, the preamp in the AKG LYRA is sufficient. That's hard to come by. It is sufficient. I hear perfectly in my headphones. And when I first got it running, I was like, ugh. Like, I hope there's, I hope I can dial that up a little more and get a little more boost. And I did, and it did. So, very welcome to see. USB-C connection, I love that. And the headphone jack, all of that, very conveniently placed right on the bottom there. Spinny, spinny. Okay, so those are some things right out of the box that the LYRA has going for it that I love. For a USB mic, you guys know me, not a big lover of the USB mics, but so far, this thing's winning me over. When I got it out of the box, we've got a 5/8 to 3/8 inch adapter. I'm not going to show you that because they all look the freaking same. They all look the same. Metal, threaded adapter. So it came with an adapter. Didn't come with any kind of carrying case or bag. It did come with documentation. Nothing special. And it did come with a Ableton 10 Lite code to get Ableton 10 Lite, which I use Ableton 10 Lite to do some music, and it works really, really well for that. Works well for just recording voice as well. But let's move on to some cons. That was literally everything in the box. USB-C cable, of course it comes with that. But the first disappointment with the AKG LYRA was the body. The body of the microphone is plastic. And that was a little bit upsetting because it's friggin' plastic. Now granted, this thing runs $149, and so far the features packed into this are fantastic. So if the cost cutting was just the body of the microphone, I will accept that. But I do not love that it's plastic. The adjusters to tighten up the microphone on its axis, those are also plastic. They are fairly easy to turn, though. They're not overly slick or anything like that. So that's okay. The knobs themselves, they do. I'll try to get this over to you. They do have a considerable amount of give to them, which I don't love. I don't love that about it. But, you know, yeah, no, there's nothing else to say about it. I don't love that. I don't love that they're so easy to mess with. So let's go ahead and turn on. We're going to go ahead and change it. I'm on the front polar pattern right now. I've been talking in the front the whole time. The just so you know, inside of the grill, which does have a little bit of give to it, but it is otherwise pretty solid. There are 4 capsules inside here. I believe electret. Is that right? Electret? I can't talk tonight. Small capsules in the head of the microphone. 4 of them. 2 and 2. And we're going to change the pattern real quick. We're going to go from front. So basically just a cardioid front. I believe that's what we got on here on the documentation. Yeah, cardioid, basically front, but it is using 2 capsules, I think. So let's go ahead and change that over to front and back. I haven't done this yet. Oh, it's got a nice little click to it. When you turn it, it's like a, I like it a lot. Okay, that was annoying. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to turn this thing around. Oh man, look at that. Oh, just right on around. So we've got these buttons. Not as much give as, no, that one does. So the microphone pattern selector, where it's got that clicking mechanism in it, it's pretty solid. Volume. The volume knobs have some give. So this right here is the front and back. So if you're doing an interview or doing a podcast with one person on each side, this is going to do the trick for you. As long as you're just each 5 or 6 inches off the mic, you're going to be fine. It's going to sound good both ways. So there's what it sounds like in front and back mode. So let's go ahead and switch it to tight stereo mode. Tight stereo mode coming up. All right, so tight stereo mode, I should be able to go this side of the microphone, and it's only in the right speaker. This side of the microphone, and it switches over to the left speaker. Left speaker, right speaker, right speaker, left speaker. Let's go ahead and turn it to wide stereo mode. Now we're in wide stereo mode, so I should be able to go around here, and it picks me up a lot further into my orbit around the microphone. Going to the left, and you can hear me in the microphone to the left side really well. Let's go ahead and go back to the front pattern, because I find that most people using this microphone are going to use that pattern, of course. And now that we're back in our cardioid polar pattern, let's go ahead and run it through the good old bark gauntlet, which is Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapple pizza. Now, let's get right up on the AKG LYRA. My voice cracked a little bit. Let's get up on the AKG LYRA so you can see what the proximity effect sounds like with your mouth right up on the AKG LYRA. And back off we go. Okay, so now that we've ran through the different polar patterns and some general features of the microphone, let's go ahead and hit the mute switch while I'm talking. Switch! And I'm back. I was yelling the mute switch. The switch, the switch, the switch is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the Thought I was going to say it, didn't you? I'm a good young man with a fine young mouth. That's what she said. So, AKG LYRA. My thoughts on this thing so far. I'm going to turn my headphones up because I lost a little bit when I was messing around with it. But okay, so as far as the actual sound of the microphone goes, this is where I really do want to get a microphone eventually, USB wise. My nose itches. I do want to get a microphone USB wise that I want to keep around. That's really hard for me to come by these days because me and USB mics, I do not get along with them that well. So I was hoping that the AKG LYRA would be that microphone that I would absolutely love. And I kind of knew that I would love it. The way it looks, the polar patterns. I did enough research to know that I would probably like this. But the way it sounds. Do I love the way it sounds? And the answer to that is a resounding no. I do not love the way that it sounds. I do. Like is a strong word. I think that this microphone, in comparison with a lot of other microphones, USB-wise, is solid. I do believe it is solid. I just feel like, at least in my headphones, it's very mid and top end driven, and I don't feel a lot of really healthy, rich, low end on this microphone. Maybe that's part of the 4 small capsules, I don't know, but I don't get like a richness with this microphone that I get with, some of the microphones I use on a daily basis and that I love. So the AKG, while I do think it sounds pretty solid, it's just not enough for me to want to keep and hang on to. Granted, if you don't get into microphones like me and you just want something that is good, that has good features, I do recommend this. I am going to give it the green light because I think for $150, it's one heck of a solid package. I just don't love the way it sounds, but you might. This isn't my cup of tea, but it's not bad. It's not distorted. It's not overdriven. It doesn't have a bad sound to it. I just don't think it has a great sound. So anyways, I hope you like it. I thought it was okay. I'm not going to keep it around the studio, but I definitely wanted to get it on video out to you because it's new, it's fresh, just released in Sweetwater. Thanks again, Mitch. Got it to me really quickly. So the AKG LYRA, I do like it. I gave it the green light. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll put the link in the description below if you want to buy it. Of course, it helps obscure mics out a little bit in the wallet department. So thanks again. I liked it. I just didn't love it. Obscure mics. Peace out.